Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video. Today I'm taking you over the best $500 gaming PC build for the months of September and October 2016. So make sure to drop a like rating, but as always, let's kick it off with performance. The sweet spot of this build really is 1080p. You're going to be looking at 1080p medium to high settings whilst achieving 60 FPS and above in the latest AAA titles such as The Witcher 3, Overwatch, the upcoming Battlefield 1. You can also expect some very good performance in CSGO and some of the slightly older titles, World of Warcraft, League of Legends, 1080p, ultra settings, and even hitting that 100 FPS mark. So let's go through the parts that make it all possible and kick it off with the CPU. AMD's Athlon X4 860K is the best option. It's a quad-core CPU, meaning it's got 4 cores, which ensures compatibility with the latest AAA titles. GTA 5, for example, will straight out refuse to operate on a dual-core CPU. The 3.7 GHz clock speed is also really good. It allows for fast single-threaded performance, which is very important in some of the slightly older titles such as League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Minecraft, and CSGO. Now, to pick a motherboard, you need to make sure you have one with a decent chipset at the right socket for the CPU and good RAM support. This motherboard fits the build perfectly. It supports up to 64 gigs of RAM at a speed of DDR3 2400 MHz, and you don't need any more than that for DDR3. It's also got good support for graphics cards, good support for hard drive and SSD upgradability. Overall, a great board. Gigabyte GA-F2A78M-HD2. It comes in a micro ATX form factor, which isn't the smallest size, nor is it the biggest, giving you a healthy kind of medium, especially when you look at it from a value standpoint, and it just has everything you need, including USB 3. G.Skill RipjawsX series 1x8GB DIMM was the best RAM choice for this build. It's got a good heat spreader on, meaning it not only looks cool but also stays nice and kind of cool as well, if you will. It's a nice stick of RAM. You only need one 8GB DIMM. If you're going to use an APU such as an A886 or A10, you would want 2 4GB DIMMs, but 1600 MHz speed is great. It's not going to hinder your gaming performance, and 8GB, as I said, is more than enough. For storage, the next generation consoles have 500 GB, so what's better than doubling that? Seriously though, 500 GB is not enough in my opinion. 1 TB is a great amount. You've got plenty of room for your movies, music, games, your massive Steam library, any schoolwork, that kind of thing, and 7200 RPM is as fast as those mainstream kind of consumer hard drives get. It also comes in once again at a very nice price point, making it the perfect candidate for this build. Picking a GPU is slightly more complicated. You have AMD's new RX series of GPUs, their 460 and 470 being candidates for this build, and NVIDIA have their GTX 960 and 1060. Sadly, the 1060 is out of the budget just as the RX 480 is, and this GTX 950 to me seems like the best performing card that will fit in the price point. It's got 2GB frame buffer, which in my opinion is enough for 1080p, as long as ambient occlusion isn't cranked up too high in GTA 5, something you're not going to be doing with a system of this caliber anyway. That 2GB frame buffer is not going to be completely destroyed. It is the OC edition, meaning it comes overclocked from the factory. Basically, it means comes with a higher clock speed. So if you do want to overclock, you can get a better overclock out of this, but if you don't want to, you don't have to, because it comes overclocked for you. The case choice was another bit of a no-brainer for me. You want something that's nice and cheap but also looks good, striking a good balance between value and aesthetics. You also want something that's nice and small. You've gone for a micro ATX motherboard, so why not go for a case that represents that? The Thermaltake Versa H15 is a micro ATX mid-tower case, kind of giving you all the functionality you need, from drive mounting, full-size ATX power supply support, and that kind of thing, but also giving you plenty of room to build in, especially if it's your first build. A great case choice at a great price point, like everything in this build. To top it all off, a 500 watt power supply from EVGA could be cited as a tad overkill. The TDP for this build in total, all the parts added together, is 274 watts. So this 500 watt unit has got you covered. It also means if you upgrade to another hard drive, change a GPU later on down the line, add more RAM, you're not going to have an issue whatsoever. It hasn't got the nicest looking cables in the world, but that really is another concern. It's got an 80+ certification, meaning it's going to perform above 80% efficiency at all times, and that is tested by an external verifier, an external unit that aren't associated, if you will, with EVGA, and it's just a really great choice. It gives plenty of room for upgradability, and you know it's going to be reliable, saving you money at the wall with some great efficiency. But if you did enjoy this video, you know what to do, and as always, we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.